What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Make sure to subscribe if you have not already. So today we're going to be talking about something that I'm sure happens to everybody at some point in their life, especially if you are a busy person. So today you have a really busy day. You have work on the schedule, you have meetings to go to, you have a whole bunch of errands to run. You're not too sure if you can get a full workout in, but you have 30 minutes. So you're trying to figure out exactly what exercises you need to do to make sure that you are in and out of the gym in 30 minutes and you can still get to your next destination with enough time to get ready, not all sweaty and gross. 30 minutes and that's it. As much as I know that some of you guys do like to hit your full 2-hour workouts and whatnot, I know I love to take my time and it feels great when I'm not rushed, but that's not always the reality of life. But some people live busy lives and we can't always work out for 2 hours. That's okay. Getting in some movement is definitely better than nothing. So we're gonna go over some options about what you can do when you're in a time crunch to still make sure that you get an effective workout rather than just skipping it altogether. My name is Adriana Martinez. I am a certified personal trainer and fitness coach based out of San Diego, California. And we're going to talk about how to work out when you are in a time crunch. All right, so there is a few different things that I like to do when I know I am going to be in a time crunch. So let's talk about our options that we have here. And disclaimer, these are just what I personally go to. So the first option that you can do when you are in a time crunch, you literally only have 45 minutes, focusing on maybe 1 or 2 exercises and just going all in on them, and that's it. So if I know I literally only have 30 minutes, I might only do squats and that's it. Make sure I get a decent warm-up in. I'm good, I'm ready to go. Central nervous system is primed, especially if my goals are more to build muscle, focus on muscle growth, so hypertrophy, anything like that where I don't want to get too cardio based and I just want to focus on building up my strength, muscle size. Then I choose 1 or 2 exercises, usually like a compound for sure. So that would be like a squat, you deadlift exercise, something big. So like a squat or a deadlift one. And then maybe if I have time, I'll choose an isolation exercise. So something maybe like bicep curls, leg extensions, something that's single joint, usually goes pretty quick. I won't need as much recovery. I pair those two together and you can either do a superset, switch them off, or you can do your compound, make sure you get all the sets in, and then go in for your isolation exercise, do all your sets, and that's it. Now, depending on how much rest you take in between the exercises, definitely going to eat up some time as well. So if I know I want to go really hard on squats, then I limit the sets. I'm not going to do a whole bunch. Maybe I'll do, 2 or 3 working sets, rest really well, and that will be my whole workout for the day. If you're going really hard and you're pushing yourself to almost failure on these sets, then you will be tired after and your muscles will feel it after. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with just, choosing 1 or 2 and just going all in on it, because then you can really concentrate on one thing. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. And remember, it's better to get something in than nothing. The second option that I have here is to choose a few exercises. So maybe you want to do a quick full body workout. You choose a few different exercises. So maybe we can go with a squat, Romanian deadlift, into a shoulder press, into like a plank. You can make that a circuit, so something like 3 or 4 exercises, and you repeat that circuit for a certain amount of reps, and maybe do it like 3 or 4 times. Make sure that you give yourself a little bit of rest in between, but with this one, making a circuit, I would keep the rest a little bit more minimal, so maybe anywhere from like 60 to 90 seconds. So go ahead and finish all the exercises, rest, go back into the circuit, boom, you have a full body workout, you got something done, you still got your muscles moving, your body moving, blood pumping and everything, but not a whole bunch of time was used here to get that full workout. So this one, in my opinion, is going to be a little bit more cardio based with weights, but it's a good way to still get your body moving, still get your muscles pumping. Now, if you're working more for strength or muscle growth, I wouldn't necessarily do this. I would focus more on the first option, but if you're just looking to get, your blood pumping, your body moving, then this is not a bad idea at all, especially if you already have a heavy strength training routine or you are more in a cutting phase and you do want to see some fat loss. Then getting a little bit bit more of a cardio-ish circuit in, wouldn't be a bad idea at all. Again, it's another good way just to move your body, and it might be fun for you to switch it up. My third option for you when you are in a time crunch is to maybe try just turning it all together into a cardio day. Let's say you're at a place that doesn't really have that much equipment, or you don't have access to a gym right now, because I know things are still kind of weird with the whole pandemic stuff going on, depending on whoever's viewing this, wherever you are in the world, because I know everywhere is very different right now. But it could be a good day to get just some good old cardio in, and that's it. No weights needed, nothing like that. So you can focus on maybe something a little bit more high intense, some HIIT training, so maybe something that doesn't involve equipment at all, like some sprint intervals. You might not even need to do 30 minutes of sprint intervals to really feel like you got your ass. You can probably do like 10 or 15 minutes, and if you're going really hard during the actual sprint, by the end of that 10 or 15 minutes, you're gonna feel really tired, and it's a good way to just get that blood pumping again. Your leg muscles are definitely gonna feel it, and you're gonna probably be sweating, and that's okay. But that's just one option. You can also do LISS, so that's low intensity steady state cardio. That's gonna be something a little less intense, being on the elliptical for maybe like 30 minutes, jogging on the treadmill for 30 minutes, going on the rower, where it's not as intense, but you're going over a longer period of time. So again, I wouldn't, if I'm looking to build just muscle and trying to put on strength and size, then I probably wouldn't go the cardio route. I would still really go the first route, where I just hone in on one or two exercises. But if you are in a fat loss phase for yourself, then this could be a great option, another way to get yourself moving, but bring some cardiovascular training into the equation. If you are in this just for health reasons, you don't really have goals, then, throwing some cardio in there is not bad at all, especially if it's something you enjoy. Go ahead and do it. Again, you just want to get your body moving, and something is better than nothing. Being sedentary is probably the worst thing you can do for yourself. Great options if you don't have too much equipment available. I know a treadmill and elliptical are definitely present at most gyms. Some people have them at home, but you always have the outside world in case you don't even have that, and they still work. So find a hill, find a totally just flat open surface, get yourself some sprints in, and you can still get a good workout in 30 minutes just like that. So my last option for you when it comes to getting in a very quick workout, now this is not necessarily always favorite choice among people, and I totally get why, but you can work on some mobility exercises. So this one's probably going to be the least exhausting out of the other options, but I feel like everybody could definitely benefit from some mobility work, even me. So there's nothing wrong with taking a day that you only have 30 minutes, even if putting yourself through some basic mobility flows. What mobility is, for anybody who doesn't know, is it's working your joints, so different joints like your shoulders, your knees, your hips, through their ranges of motion. And that's very important, because when you get to the actual strength training, or you are, doing circuits or whatever it is, even just running or things like that, where it's the low intensity steady state, you need your joints to be working as optimally and moving as freely through their ranges of motion as possible. It will also help keep you pain free. So even if you do feel like buttering $1 million today, there's nothing wrong with taking that short amount of time that you're going to dedicate for a workout and doing some mobility exercises. You can implement them into your warm-up if you're going to do maybe that first option, where you're going to pick one really big lift and you're going to go all in on that, and just breathe, concentrate, focus on feeling your joints working through their ranges of motion, and sometimes calming down off of the really big weights and the big exercises, and just focusing in on your body, being mindful of where it's moving, how your joints are moving, is so much more beneficial than actually getting under some weight really quick and then risking a chance of injury. Mobility can help keep you in check, understand how you're moving, so that way you're smarter when you actually do get under the barbell or kettlebells or just any type of weight. So I highly recommend that to anybody who has never tried mobility before, feeling any type of pains in your body, or you just feel like a brick of cement. But 30 minutes, time crunch, mobility work is an awesome choice, okay? You can totally choose the options that get you sweaty, that have your muscles feeling fatigued, but mobility is also a great option, and it shouldn't be overlooked. So just consider that. It's not always the sexy stuff when it comes to fitness, but it's a great option to do on a day where you're definitely not going to have time to sit there and really rest in between each set of a whole bunch of different exercises. So that concludes all of my suggestions to you on how to get a workout in a time crunch. So just to go over them again, first option was to choose 1 or 2 exercises, so a compound lift for sure, and then maybe an isolation lift if you have some more time available. You can superset them, or you can focus on one and then the other, and just really honing in on 1 or 2 key exercises, doing them all out just as beautifully as you can. Gives you a chance to focus in on one thing without overloading yourself with too much. Second option we discussed was to pick maybe 3 or 4 key exercises, grab some weights, and turn that into a circuit. Keep the rest on the minimal side and hit that circuit maybe 3, 4, 5 times, as much as everyone's gonna hit things at different speeds, so as much time as you have left. Our third option we discussed was to turn our 30-minute workout day into a pure just cardio day. Let's switch it up if you're doing resistance training all the time and getting some sprint intervals in. That will have you feeling very tired, but go all out on that. Or you can do something a little bit less intense, the low intensity steady state, so that's LISS like we discussed, and getting a jog in on the treadmill, going outside and getting a jog. You can go on the elliptical, Stairmaster, rower, something like that, but turning it into a cardio day. Remember, some movement is definitely better than nothing. And our fourth and last option was to just work on some mobility. Again, this is probably the least sexiest option out of all of them, but mobility exercises and drills have so much benefit on your joints and your body, and once you actually take the time to work on them and make sure that you're doing them right, and once you actually do them on a consistent basis, you will feel so good. You'll be walking around like butter, and you're going to be wondering how people live their lives not walking around like butter. So I hope that you guys were able to take some value out of this video. The next time you're in a time crunch, you have a busy day, that you just can't hit the gym in the amount of time that you would like. I hope this video inspires you to still get to the gym and do something, even if you can't be there for a long time. Some workout is definitely better than nothing, and it's definitely better to stay consistent if you can than missing a day, because once you start missing days and you miss multiple days, it's definitely hard to get back. And fitness is all about definitely keeping it consistent. So again, I hope you guys were able to take some value out of this video. I appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe before you go, and I will see you guys next week.